Welcome to Wargroove. In this episode, we're going to show you how to expand on the portal we made in the last video. If you haven't seen that video, I highly recommend checking it out from start to finish. I go very slowly and I go through everything, including the complicated bits. I'm going to do everything again in this video, but I'm going to move a little bit faster and assume you know how to do things. So if you get stuck, go back to the first video and check it out. Alright, let's get started. So this, I'm going to show it off first this time, is a two-way player-locked portal. The way it works is Mercia can end her turn on the portal and teleport from one side to the other. And go both ways. It's pretty cool, but Valder cannot use this portal. Let's prove it. Let's get Mercia to move out of the way. And Valder steps onto the portal, and nothing happens. This is a team-locked two-way portal. Let's see how we made it using the concepts we went over in the last video. So for locations, I have 4 locations on the map. I have the location of Portal A, placed right on Portal A, location of Portal B, placed on Portal B, and 2 meta locations, Meta A and B, placed far out of the way. I don't want them to interfere with the first turn of the game. Now let's take a look in the event editor at the events. As you can see, I really didn't add that many events, I just have 4. The first event here, make both portals active, is exactly the same thing we did in the first video. At the start of the match, we automatically set all gizmos at the location, any location, to true. I've chosen to activate all of my gizmos, but if you have more gizmos on the map, you can instead just say, set the gizmo at location portal A to true, set the gizmo at location portal B to true, and they'll activate at the start of the match. Now that just makes them look cool, but that doesn't do anything yet. We have this event called Meta, which is on repeat. The condition is at the end of a unit's turn. And this will set both my meta locations, A and B, to go where they're supposed to go. The first trigger is set meta location A to the intersection of the meta location last unit used and portal A. If you remember from the last video, what this does is it makes meta location A only exist when the last unit to take their turn is standing on portal A. So basically, you chose to end your turn on portal A. If you did that, you were on meta location A. If you didn't do that, you're not. Pretty cool, huh? We did the exact same thing for meta location B. Meta location B is the intersection of last unit used and portal B. So basically, we're automatically setting the meta locations at the end of every unit's turn. I made sure that this one is on top of all the other triggers, so it happens at the right time. Now let's look at teleport A to B. This is on repeat too, and we have a few conditions. Is it player 1's turn? Does player 1 have exactly one of any unit on Meta A, not Portal A, but Meta A? Because remember, Meta A only exists if you ended your turn on purpose on Portal A. So if there's exactly one unit belonging to player 1 on Meta A, and nobody has any units on Portal B. And also we're going to check if it's player 1's turn, because we don't want player 2 to be able to force you to do this. If all that's true, teleport any unit owned by player 1 from Portal A to Portal B. Notice we're saying player 1. Since we only have Mercia checked, we could also say current player, that works too. But I like to say player 1 to make it as sure as possible that this will only work for Mercia. Now teleport B to A is the exact same thing in reverse. It's on repeat and the conditions are, is it player 1's turn? Does player 1 have exactly one of any unit at Meta B? And does any player have exactly 0 of any units at Portal A? So we're teleporting from B to A. Pretty straightforward. And that's it. Using these concepts, we have successfully made a two-way portal that only works for Mercia and her friends. It'll work for the sword too. Just not for Valder. Valder doesn't get to use this portal. I can't wait to see what kind of crazy things you guys do with this in your maps. It's going to be a lot of fun. That's all for now, and welcome to Wargroove. If you have any questions about this, I know it can get a little bit complicated, feel free to ask me in the comments below. If there's an especially tricky concept or something you're trying to do, I might even make a video out of it. That's all for now, and welcome to Wargroove.